Narra Residences' story begins with the land itself. Dairy farms, forests, reservoir, and the quiet legacy of the quarry form the perfect backdrop for something this extraordinary.
The site, in the basic principle, we always think about the site context, which is around the Bukit Timah area, forest, and the nature always a part of the design emotions.
Many of the time, we spend the most hours at home. Therefore, we want to make sure that the materials that we pick, the fabrics that we pick are all inspired by the nature that is surrounding this project.
Narra Residences, the name is just to be a very perfect name for this entire estate and the development. For me, Narra represents resilience and grace.
I think as a Singaporean growing up in Singapore, we are all very familiar with the Narra trees, also known as the Angsana tree. The seeds especially, we are all very familiar with. So therefore, when I first heard of this word called Narra, it gave the kind of a comfort, while I was growing up as a young kid in Singapore, picking up the seeds and so on.
Having lived near the reservoir myself, I feel that Narra Residences is a perfect place to live, not just because it's near nature, but because we have created an experiential space holistically from landscape through the clubhouses into the interiors and the architecture.
So we take that as a first articulate to blend into our clubhouse design, the terrain and the landscape, so to make it as a seamless design of the mountains and the canyons and come back to the ground and blend to the forest from the first place. It's real part of the whole design.
We wanted to bring in landscape, softscape into the top of the architecture so that it feels as part of nature.
Texture, materials, look and feels, greenery, even though the trickle sound of waters has been very considerately designed into the estate.
So definitely when we design a space, for example, a lot of materials that we pick, from the stone to the wood and the fabrics, were all inspired by things that we pick up from all these nature parks.
It's near to the quarry, the reservoir, the forest, so we took inspiration from the existing nature itself. Because we are able to pull up some of the towers to be slightly taller, we're able to free up more land space to allow for a generous block-to-block setback. So we have created 3 large landscape spaces upon which the 3 rows of towers are placed, and they are positioned from 33 meters up to 63 meters in terms of block distance.
From the drop-off, the feeling of how we control the space and get back step by step to the nature and just release the residents one by one to just get them to forget about the outside DC road.
When we were first tasked to pick the interior finishes for this project, we were very fortunate to be located next to the nature park. That gave us lots of inspiration. For example, we picked travertine stone, we picked very nice rustic wood that translate to the nature.
And then in terms of the views, generally most of the units actually have north-south orientation. They overlook to a nice water body to the east as well as the north of the site. And if you stand up from your balcony and you look out to the east of the site, it's actually generally the reservoir, the forest, and the quarry views.
So the feel is not just only giving back the green and the water. It's the feelings of the residents, how they're going to get up every day and feel like they're living in the nature by the noises, senses, feelings, even a glare of sun, a feel of wind, everything. We want actually consider everything about that into the design language.
We have a tennis court, clubhouse facilities with lots of pool, landscape areas, and on top of that, we have created 4 numbers of shops. In terms of convenience, they can actually just walk towards this shop for convenience, and it's directly linked to bus stops that leads you to many spaces in Singapore.
I'm sure everyone is very familiar with the location by now. It's just 500 meters from 2 international schools. It's just across the road from a retail mall and so on. So you don't really have to even spend more than 10 minutes getting to school, buying your grocery and so on. It's just so convenient, which is so important for the busy lifestyle of Singaporeans or residents who want to buy this place.
It's a site which is very near Bukit Timah. But having said that, the convenience of this site also expressing urbanized context which is around them. The way we try to make them feel that they are very near in the proximity to the city, at the same time they sit in the nature.
To help people thrive in a space that balances the best of nature and urban living, we created spaces that offer a life well lived.
Narra Residences sits on a perfect site where it's close to nature, and we have brought nature to the residences within this development, a place where you can call home and be totally relaxed and the best respite away from your busy work schedule.
This office is very unique. It looks like you're walking through the Museum of Forest. I find that the look and feel is beyond what I expected, to be honest. Everything has been set very beautifully. You will enjoy coming to this show flat and just enjoy every single path that you walk through.
Together with the developers and the rest of consultants, we have created one of the most interesting sales gallery and show flats in the past years. So I urge everyone to come over to Narra Residences to come and take a look.